There are homes that shelter, and there are homes that devour. I am the witness, and I have seen it all. Let me tell you about a house that was never meant to stand still, a house that hungers for the unwary. In a remote valley, surrounded by jagged hills and unmarked paths, there exists a house that no map will ever show. It appears differently to each traveler, sometimes a grand manor, other times a modest cottage. It is always pristine, out of place, and utterly inviting. The house doesn't stay in one location for long. It shifts when no one is looking, appearing suddenly where it wasn't the day before. But it never moves while watched. It is a house that walks unseen. The story begins with a young blacksmith named Lila, who stumbled upon the house during a journey to find rare metals. Exhausted and starving after days of travel, she was elated to see a small, charming cabin at the edge of a clearing. Smoke curled invitingly from the chimney, and warm light spilled through the windows. Knocking on the door, she was greeted by silence, but the door creaked open on its own. Inside, the air smelled of fresh bread and wood smoke, and a feast lay waiting on a grand table, but no one was there to host. Lila hesitated, but hunger overcame her caution. She ate, and as she did, she began to feel drowsy. The walls seemed to shift slightly, the furniture creaking as though the house itself were breathing. By the time she noticed the floor pulsing faintly beneath her feet, it was too late. When she tried to leave, the door she had entered was gone, replaced by a blank wall. The house's layout twisted into a maddening labyrinth, hallways stretching and looping, doors leading nowhere. The walls began to whisper, faint at first, but growing louder with every step. The whispers spoke of others, those who had entered before her. Some begged for release, others laughed hysterically, and some simply repeated, "Stay forever." Lila ran until her legs burned, finally collapsing in a room filled with mirrors. Each reflection showed her older, weaker, her hair graying and skin withering. In one mirror, her reflection turned to her and smiled. "You can't leave now," it said. "The house has chosen you." Lila was never seen again, but the house, it still walks. It appears in the wilderness, in forgotten corners of the world, waiting for its next visitor. If you see a house where there should be none, do not approach. Ignore its warmth, its welcome. The moment you step inside, you are no longer a guest. You are a prisoner. And I, the witness, will know your story. The house ensures that much.